Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy CVC. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. Rise and grind, I guess. Clan versus clan. That's what we're going to be doing today. It's going to be personal rewards. Clan versus clan. So let's jump right into it. First things first. Make sure you get your quests. So one's probably the easiest one yet to be taken. Same one, lower value. And that was the same one, lower value. So that's all good if I do one ice golem run. I get all three quests. Just the easiest in terms of overall time and effort. Not much in the quest. Energy in the quest is good to see, but nothing too significant in the expensive categories. I'm gonna buy some gear. That's about it. Sometimes the charms are fine, but not the good charms this time. Ensure. All right. Went to sleep pretty early yesterday, I guess, but I did oversleep, so I didn't set up my help or anything, so I am capped out for a couple hours. That's okay. We'll live. Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Clan I'm in does the daily UNM runs, but are always in tier 1 for CVC. Is it time to leave? That's that's a thing that you're gonna have to figure out. Like, if you're comfortable, if you know the people, then there might be other factors that keep you there. uh this one could be okay. Kind of weak. It really depends, right? There might be like other factors that keep you there. Unsure. Hey everybody, good morning. You just woke up? Yeah, I just woke up. It's 4 a.m. for me. The CVC days, I usually wake up around 3 a.m. to do my stream. Uh, yeah, today I slept in a little bit, so I apologize. All right, we're just setting ourselves up for the CVC grind. Hopefully, you guys are having a good CVC so far. What's up? What's up, everybody? Good morning, young man. Good morning, young man, as well. Do you recommend fusing Mikage for CVC or wait to a chase? That's up to you, man. That's up to your account. Whether you really, you know, need the points for a chase, for example. Depends what you want to do. So you have some options. Mikage obviously isn't going anywhere unless you accidentally feed an epic. Um, is she worth rushing out? Yeah, she's great. Great champ. But probably not going to change too much, right, for you? Uh, Shoot, we have to figure out a Fire Knight team today, right? Yeah, let's do that. We have to do that. Let's do tag team first, actually. But we do have to figure out a Fire Knight team with the Nyrisen Union. Only 3 factions, so it's pretty limited, but we have Newt in the Dwarf faction. As long as you have Newt, so we have Newt, Mikage, Podrig. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we can do it for sure. Just have to come up with a team. Shani, thanks, man. Thanks for congrats on the 1000th. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so we just did our 1000th YouTube upload. Yeah, so it's a lot. It's a lot of uploads, right? So we just did a quick video just to say thanks, go over some of the analytics, and talk about our journey and stuff. So it was good. Thank you. Appreciate that. Tag team, heart team. Yeah, so I haven't done any of my dailies and stuff. I straight up like went to sleep early and was doing a little bit of hydra. Getting frustrated at hydra because sometimes it doesn't go your way. Let's see. All right, let's do the tag team first since it's kind of time sensitive or whatever and look at chat. Let's see. The client's facing IPR, 600k min. Time to roll over, I guess. IPR is unstoppable. Are you saving Loki for some future event or getting him as soon as you can? I'm saving Loki. Um, Loki is a Vault Guardian for me personally, and I think for most people he'll probably be a Vault Guardian. In all honesty, I don't think too many people have hyped him up like unnecessarily. Um, yeah, I think you know people kind of see his limitations. People kind of know he's kind of niche. Personally, I don't think he's like the best like login champion for a brand new player. Like I don't think he's the best new champion for a new player like Adlin, for example. For example, yeah, when Plarium was giving away Adlin, I was like, ugh, this isn't what a brand new player really wants. You know what I mean? And Loki's kind of the same. He's kind of the same. I think Loki's better than Adlin, maybe, but they're kind of the same. Like a brand new player doesn't really want that. Like Wukong is a great login for a brand new player. He brings a big aura for arena, so that already helps you in like speed races and stuff. He's unkillable basically for PvE content, so you don't even have to focus him on being so stat heavy. He doesn't require books to be good. He can still be like a debuffer and stuff. Wukong's great. Yeah, Wukong is he's exceptional for a new player. But Adlin and Loki, nah. So I'm saving Loki for a chase in the future. I think I'll probably use him in the first chase for maybe Thor. That's probably when he's gonna come out. Do I have to? No, I don't really have to. I don't have to save him. Not a. He's not necessary for me. But there's no point in me pulling him now. Like for CVCs, like not a big deal. Sorry, catch up on chat. Why are you up so early? I'm always up early because for CVC. I work early too, right? So I usually do my CVC stream before I go to work. Rise and grind, man. What's up, Grim Reaper? How are you? We have 2 spots in my clan. Okay, so clan advertising. You're just in time for Nub's ending stream, so probably a lot of people will jump from there to here. Oh, yeah, it just coincidentally works like that. So we have a good, for some reason, we have a good system, just based on our timing. We never like spoke about it or anything, but apparently, I was like, okay, welcome everybody. Happy to have everybody here. So there's about 200 people in chat, so welcome, welcome. You can basically use your usual team. Yeah, minus Kaimar though. Minus Kaimar, so. Should I run Toshiro and Ninja with Makage or separate Ninja Toshiro? Toshiro I think is probably the best Hydra DPS. So I'd probably run him by himself. And then run Ninja on a separate team. But I don't know. I don't have Toshiro myself, but Yostrid, Nut. Oh, that's perfect. Thank you. Yostrid, 2 Nut, Makage, Roderick. That's perfect. Thank you. I'll try that. Just got lucky today, but not sure where to use them just yet. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, guys, if you guys are brand new or new to the game, personally, I think Loki's not super useful. He's not a bad champion, but for a brand new player, I think he's pretty niche. It'll be hard to use. And I think booking him out, investing in him early might not be the best. Just saying. But yeah, he's a good chap. Hey JD, what's up, man? Welcome, dude. There aren't many sources for increased debuff duration as a new player. Yeah, look, he's good, right? He's fine. I'm just saying for a brand new player, he's not really what what a new player really wants. That's all. Yeah. He has a cool, unique-ish kit. He'll come in and do some cool stuff in like niche situations. But I think for, you know, PvE progression, like he's not really gonna help too much in like a lot of areas where new player wants you to be good in. He does bring accuracy aura, which is helpful, but like he doesn't bring like too much wave control. He doesn't bring damage. Um, you know, what would have been nice is if his passive placed Veil on himself like automatically every like I don't know 3 or 4 turns or something, or make it like, you know, similar to Odin, right? Like every like 8 turns, like total turns, give him a Veil. Don't make it so that only give him Veil under 50%, because you know you're kind of like in trouble if your champions start dipping below 50% often. um and you need like, and you know when you're starting off you might not even have like healers on your team, so like if you're dipping below 50% once, then that's kind of it, right? Like you're not going to heal back up and then get heal again, or get Veil again. So I think, yeah, and then without Veil his kit is super weak, or not weak, but it's much weaker. So I think he should have had like built-in Veil like automatically, instead of relying on 50% HP or external Veils. Sorry, missing chat. Loki would be great for a new dungeon. Yeah, he brings stuff for a new dungeon. That's probably where he's targeted at right now. Um, but you know, I try to use him in like a speed team, like, you know, for the highest level content, and I just couldn't really fit him in. Um, he doesn't bring enough, if that makes. He doesn't bring enough to Odin's fight. Like he brings like a strip, right? He brings like a strip and block buffs. It's not enough. Like, um, yeah, it's not enough. He needs to bring some kind of like crowd control or something, like maybe like AoE sleep or something, right? You know, play along with that whole trickster theme. He needed something else. Yeah, for Odin, he can help, but he's not going to be part of your like, you know, top end game team. I couldn't get a team to work with him. I missed out on Wukong, UDK, and Rathlos. Very sad. Yeah, that is very sad. That means you're stuck with Aidlin. Hey Adam, for Freya Deck of Fate, do you think it's 25 sacreds due to inflation, or was it Fatalis was void premium so that this is 20 sacreds? Fatalis was 20 sacreds back in February. So I would definitely allot for higher sacred shards for Freya. And we don't know if it's shards, by the way, guys. We don't know if it's shards. We're just speculating. Most likely that it will be shards. Um, but I would say at least 20 sacreds worth. I would definitely budget 25. Because if you guys remember, Podrick was probably the last like guarantee from an event. And Podrick, if I remember correctly, was total cost 27 sacreds worth. In my like that's what I remember, because I remember the cost was like, whoa, this is so high. I'm gonna bring this down. And even though I brought it down, I forgot what it was, dungeon diving or training or whatever. I still had to pay like 23 sacreds for Podrick. And I remember I contemplated this. I guess I should check like my old VODs or whatever, but so Podrick was already super expensive. So you know, Freya would probably be similar. Similar. Uh, you had the OG Ninja. Nice. Imagine a Wukong type meta changer every few months so that it would go crazy. I mean, you know, they have to give some catch up mechanics to brand new players. They can't just expect them to grind it out with KO and Apothecary, right? Like, you got to give them somebody like Wukong, or I would say, you know, every 3 or 4 months, have like a login champion that I don't think it's gonna kill them to give people like one legendary champion every like 3 or 4 months, like for free. I don't think it's gonna kill them. I'm sure it drives engagement and it doesn't cost them any money, right? Last time you were live, I asked CC blessing for shards. Then I see your primal opening, and you have worse luck than me. It is what it is, man. Like, I'm not gonna sweat it because a lot of people have way worse luck. But of course, a lot of people have way better luck. It is what it is. The luck I have is kind of expected, but I think it's slightly below average. Because I pulled, like 120 primals, with boosted rates. I haven't gotten jack, like I haven't gotten anything. I did check my old VODs. I did pull a big in. I did pull a big in like back in March. So my mercy wasn't like full. So it's not, it wasn't as outrageous as I thought. But I haven't pulled, mythical or anything with boosted rates, and feels like you're lagging behind, right? But it is what it is. Unless I pull like a game changer for mythicals, it's not gonna do anything for my account. Like if I pull like I'd say 2/3 of the mythicals, they're not gonna do anything for me, to be honest. Like it has to be like a game, like game changing mythical champion. But anyways, I'm not gonna can't really control that. Not gonna sweat it. So it is a bit of bad luck, but thank you though. Artak was great. Yeah, Artak was one of the best ones too. Like he can actually like campaign farm too, relatively easily. Yeah, he was great. If it is too personal for you, what's your profession? I'm just curious. I do Monday to Friday work, a pretty standard job. It does allow some work from home, and some I have to be present. Don't want to go into too much detail with it, but it is like a professional job. Like I'm a working professional or whatever. Don't want to go too much into it. I started the game during Aidlin. Still user today and pretty much every content. Maybe she's not the best, but she's doing a lot for your account. Great, yeah, no, she's good, right? Like obviously getting a Lego for a brand new account is fine. She has good base stats. She has the accuracy aura. She brings decreased speed, which you might not actually have like early on as an early account. So she's a good champ. It's just kind of not really what you need, and especially if you have to book her out. But yeah, not totally useless. But where are the best places to work on for most points during CVC? It's gonna be Tag Team Arena. Tag Team Arena gives you the most points per gems. But it only makes sense if you're playing high tier Tag Team Arena. So you can kind of see here, like after the boost, every token I get 780 points. So one bag of these green tokens is 7,800 points. So that's almost 20 spider runs, which is 400 energy. So every one of these bags is roughly 380 energy worth of spider runs, right? But each bag costs me 15 gems instead of, 120 gems, or how much it is to buy 380 energy. So in terms of gem spending, the cost per point is very, very efficient to do tag team. But obviously spider, you can do it while being away and doing other things. Easy, gives you silver if you need it. And tag team doesn't really give you any returns, you know what I mean? Like tangible returns. You get coins and stuff, but a lot of times the coins that you earn from tag team aren't really used. I'll show you an example. Sorry, you can kind of see here I have like 90,000 coins, right? This is just from like doing like tag team arena frequently, and I can't really use the 90,000 coins efficiently. I go to bazaar, like what am I gonna buy? I'm not gonna buy silver. Like I can buy some brews. I'm not gonna buy a book. Like type charms are useless because I have so many. 3-star chickens are useless. I can buy this. Even this is becoming pretty useless nowadays, right? With all the accessories and stuff. I can buy a book. Yeah, like I'll buy a book. What else am I gonna buy? 4-star chicken, useless. Epic tomes, useless. Like I could literally buy everything and not gonna turn the needle for me, right? Like, so I'm just saying, like, when you spend the gems to convert them into tag team gold bars, it doesn't really convert to resources that well. Um, Whereas if you spend the gems in Spider, you get silver right away, you get potential gear. Um, it's yeah. But for me, like, just being efficient, trying to get my points is a big thing because obviously my resources are not gonna last me forever, right? Um, he used in Hydra. I tried him in Hydra, man. I tried Loki in Hydra, and he's too clunky to use. He relies on somebody else for Veil. He's too clunky to use, even in a curse set, for to make his AOE a bit better. Um, yeah, it's he might be helpful for earlier accounts because he does bring block buffs, and not everybody has block buffs. I understand. So, and also like his passive could be more useful, like just to keep him alive, right? Like if your builds are more sketchy, basically meaning like you lack stats to keep him alive, his passive can be pretty clutch. Um, but you know you're gonna look to replace him. You're gonna look to replace him. Like he's not gonna be on like your A squad team, right? Like you could, you know, I had him in a curse set really fast, like over 300 speed, doing stuff in Hydra, and you know it was not good to rely on somebody else for Veil. Um, and yeah, it is what it is. I couldn't make him really sing for me. Um, yeah, mid game he can be useful for the new dungeon. I agree. Uh, Ninja is definitely worth books. Yes. You got 202 primals, the game changers Galathir. Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, that's really nice. That's probably, yeah, obviously he's the probably the best mythical. Over the two primal events, I got one mythical out of 400. Oh, Mesomol. Oh, sorry about that, JD. You got Crixia and Star Sage from primals as a free to play, but my account needs a damage dealer more. I'm building Ninja to CVC. Is he worth booking? Yes, he's definitely worth booking. Brock and Ash had insane primal luck. I mean, spenders, right? Like if you're spending money, like I don't wish, you know, I don't wish bad luck on you. You know, I hope you get what you want, right? Like it's expensive. I can't imagine spending. Yeah, I can't do like thousands of dollars on shards, right? So if you're spending, like I hope you have good luck. You know, I hope it doesn't make your day really bad to spend all that money and not get anything. But yeah, you know, some people are luckier, and especially if you have more shards, it gives you more chances to get lucky, right? All good. You pull Podrick from 1+1. Also got Trundle with him. It's pretty good combo. How long do you recommend farming Dragon? As long as it takes for you to get the more 6-star gear. You'll be farming Dragon for a long time, especially in the beginning, like because you need speed gear, lifesteal gear. Those are all relevant sets, but eventually you'll you know, start gearing out your champions with 6-star gear, and then you'll start moving on to other dungeons. But I wouldn't rush out of Dragon if you're early on. Playmaster was souls and champs training. And I was so mad because I don't have any souls. I was expecting shards. 22 sacreds. Who should I 61st? Elva, Geomancer, or Ugo? Depends on your account. If you're talking like your first 60 ever, like none of them would be your first 60 ever probably. But it depends on your account. You know, like when people ask, sorry, I'm missing a bunch of these questions, but APJ Gaming just broke 4B in Hydra is free to play. Congrats. Yeah. That's really good. Yeah. 100-day account, should I upgrade Ugo or Loki for overall progression? Depends on your account, man. Ugo's good, but she's really good for Hydra. That's the thing. If you're 100 days into the game, you're probably not focusing on Hydra yet, and you probably have an AoE decreased defense. But Yeah, if you guys are asking like who to 60, if you guys are asking who to 60, you kind of need to provide more context for people to give you proper answers, right? If you just say like 3 champions and say who do I 60, people will just look at the comparison of 3 champions, but then you really need to look at your account and your progression and what your goals are. Like, those are like the key things you need to tell people, right? It's like if you say like Ugo, Loki, or Elva, the best champion there is Elva, right? But in your situation, maybe the best champion is Ugo, or maybe the best situation is Loki. Um, people can't really give you a good, good reasoned, answer, right? So I'm just saying, like, it just makes people easy. It makes it easier for people to answer your question correctly when you provide a little bit more context. But yeah. Anyways, this cap energy is kind of bothering me, so I'm gonna try to build a team to get rid of that. So we're gonna do Fire Knight here. I don't know if I'm gonna do 10. So like you like this team's ready to go. Minus Kymar. So Yostrid was mentioned, so I'll try Yostrid. Yostrid. Okay. What's Yostrid's? Got Yostrid's aura. He's speed in arena. Sorry, speed in arena. So I'm using. Oh, I want nut at the end. Oh, I'm using Mikage aura. Sorry, I'll use Mikage aura. That makes sense. Mikage. Oh wait, no, no, I'm using Podrick's aura. Dumbass. Where's the girl? Where's the nut man? All right. Don't open. That's not you. Sure, let's try this. Let's see, this should work. What do you guys think? How do you know a piece is good to roll as a broken piece set for a mid-game account? Usually 6-star gear, good substats. So if you're talking like broken pieces, usually it has speed, either a support set of gear stats like speed accuracy, speed HP percentage. If it's a damage piece, speed, crit rate, crit damage, just has to have good stats on it, and then you can roll it. And honestly, rolling it to 4 or 8, it's not that expensive. And obviously, you roll during events, right, to give yourself a little bit of points. What's the best time to dump my forward resources? CVC. Is it true? Yes, it is. Definitely save your resources for CVC, and then just spend your forward resources, get some silver and all that stuff. Just want to say thanks for the great content. I watch a lot of your videos, and thanks for staying for play. Hey, no worries, man. Thank you for watching, and thank you guys for being here. Why nobody create a video for Hydra with a rare only character for new starters? Some people cannot do Hydra because of luck. Could anyone test a good group of rare only? I don't think anyone has, like, if we're talking rare only by the time Hydra opens, like, that's pretty sad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think Hydra opens at level 45. And if you only have rare champions, I don't think anyone has a team of rare champions. by the time they're 45. They at least have like the login champion, maybe one epic, maybe a promo epic. I think making a full team of rares is a little bit of a waste of time for most people. I don't know, maybe it might not be worth your time to do Hydra. Like I could make a team of rares, but it'll have good gear on it. I wouldn't have the gear of a 1 month player, right? But yeah. What area should people work towards as fast as possible? Clan boss. So when you first start out, you do dungeons because you need gear. Because you need gear. After gear, you work on your clan boss, and then eventually you'll probably be capped out in clan boss because, um, your champs or whatever can't do anything. Your champs are just you know limited, right? You won't be able to do clan boss. There'll be a limit to your clan boss, but first you grind gear, and then of course you gear up your clan boss at the same time, and then you want to obviously have your arena champions, and then progress in faction wars and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things to do, and most of it has to come from grinding gear from dungeon first. So that's kind of how it goes in the beginning. Zinnigear instead of Eostria. I don't have a built. My Zinnigear is not built up. So I know Zinnigear would work pretty well. Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna affect this too much. Maybe I don't know. Since I don't have the Kymar, it might actually affect things. Let's see how it goes. Creodin instead of Eostrid? Yeah. Somebody suggested Eostrid, so I was like, okay, let's try it out. I'll blame them for wasting 20 energy. I gotta make a team for my second account too. Dang it. Second account only has one newt, so it's a little bit more tricky. Let's see if this works. Ally attack. Ally attack. Gear boost. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Let's see. Yeah, it's not gonna work. It's fast enough. Sorry, yeah, it's not gonna work the same way with as Kymar. So I need something else besides the ostrich. Maybe it'll come through. If I can get an ally attack again, it might come through. Or maybe I bring another Shadowkin. Yeah, Zinnigear would be good because of Mikagi's A1. Alright, it's not gonna work. Alright, I blame one of the viewers for 20 energy spent. Creodin shield would have been down. Open A1 on the newt. That might work. Open A. I think Eostrid, we have to trade Eostrid for somebody else. It's not gonna work. Okay. Yeah, we could. I mean, we could use. I have Creodin. Creodin, I think will work. Just kind of slow. Dithy. What do you guys suggest? Quintus. Quintus is not part of the factions. Quintus is Bannerlord. Some reason Ninja Godseeker. I'm not sure if the gear presets. On it depends what video you watched. On 14, the speeds are different. The boss speeds on 14 is much different than 25. So if you copy the video's build, it's not gonna work. You're just gonna need to manual when Godseeker revives. Okay, so if I were you, I would just manual the levels up until like I think like for example, the build in my video only works on 19 plus. So at 14, you're gonna have to manual. Benchy, 3-hitter with decreased speed. Benchy sounds good. Benchy's not built. Shadowkin. Triple ally attack, yeah. Ruella would work. Let's try. I mean, we'll try the Creodin guy. Like for sure, I have a team, right? I just trying to think of what is the most efficient team without doing too much like re-gearing and stuff like that. Let's see if this guy's ready to go. He is ready to go. 294. All right, let's change one nut to open with the A1, and we'll see how it goes. Actually, we might need to do both nut open A1, bring it down, and then do the bashing. Reeled in. So it's gonna go ally attack, ally attack, ally attack. Probably open with this. Try this. It should work. Should work. Just depends on speed. Ruel is always the answer. Yeah, this team doesn't have decreased speed. Zinagir will work really well. I haven't booked Zinagir or built her out, so don't really want to invest in in her really. She was like kind of a waste for me, like because her 5-star soul was so expensive. Like to complete, it was really tough, and haven't really done anything with her. Would you say the 250 of the biggest essence is worth the energy investment? You mean for Fire Knight? For me, it is. For me, it is because the essences for blessings is kind of an end game resource, right? I can't get enough of it fast enough. So for me, spending energy on it, which is easily accessible for a resource that is not easily accessible, is like a no-brainer for me. But all accounts will be different, right? Like if you're brand new in the game, it's probably not that worth it for you. So energy might be worth somewhere else, right? Actually, I didn't even look at the resources to be honest, but I didn't look at the rewards yet. So I have to check that out. Should I stop maxing Pytheon if I'm grabbing Freya? Oh, so you're using Pytheon as a comparison to Freya? I did a show. I have a showcase ready for Freya. I do have some opinions on her. I don't want to save it for the video. I think she's great. But I don't think she is as good, I think, as maybe people think she is. To me, she's not as good. She slightly disappointed, even though she is like pretty insane champion. And she'll be great for most people, but I think for me, she wouldn't be as good as it would be for some people. And in terms of comparing her to Pytheon, I think Pytheon would be better just because he does bring the team revive. Come on, get in there. Get in there. Oh no, resisted. Get in there. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're good, guys. We're good. 3-minute team? Kind of suck. Uh-oh. I think we're good after this ally attack. 3 minutes. Got Galathier during the 2x, but I don't know what to do with him. I don't have the gear for arena, but is he really useful for hard dungeons? I mean, he's gonna be a team reviver, right? He's at least a team reviver. He's really hard to lock down. He's gonna bring all sorts of crowd control. I mean, he's good anywhere, man. Maybe not Hydra, but he's good anywhere. You can get good stuff from referrals. There's Fane, Burgess. Yeah, yeah. Plarium gave me a link for a play for Bane Rector, which is actually pretty good because Rector works really well with Loki. I would definitely get her. My Georgid will have instant turn and survivability. Her, keep in mind her passive is not as good as like revive. Um, uh, it's I think it's not as good as reviving. It's it's not as good as reviving, if that makes sense. Because you still get wrecked by double hits. Like if you ally attack into somebody, they're dead. Like they're not coming back, right? Because they come back after like one hit, they come back with 1 HP and then they die again. So it's not as good as like dying and then reviving. Because there's actually not too many champions that block revive. So but there's many more champions that multi-hit. So that's why her revive passive is not as good as it seems, at least from my playtesting. Um, just saying, not that it takes away anything from her overall usefulness, because I think her overall usefulness doesn't need her passive. But yeah, you guys can watch my video, but that's kind of what I found from my playtesting, anyways. Decrease speed, yeah, decrease speed would be good. I'll look for a decrease speed. Go to speed of your Fire Knight 10. My normal Fire Knight 10 team is about a minute and a half. So 3-minute team is about double time. Hey Castle, what's up, man? How are you? Good morning, dude. How are you? Can't get past Ball 190 hard with Bjorn Gary, 2 immortal sets. Wukong at who is level 50, decent damage tips. Bjorn Gary can do it. He just needs better stats. He needs better stats. He is kind of fragile. The alternative is to have a really, really strong Wukong so you don't have to be in that fight for that long. So limit the amount of time you're in that fight. So definitely bring a stronger Wukong. That definitely helps. Do you think the Thor fusion will be good? Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. I think Thor looks like a good damage dealer, based on the footage that I've seen. And for fusion, yeah, I think he's gonna be good. He's not gonna be like, he's probably not gonna be like, oh, R-Man's game changing. You know what I mean? Like he's not gonna be like that level. But I think he looks like a solid damage dealer. Solid damage dealer. But I heard that his fusion's gonna be like a mix style, so it's probably gonna be a hybrid. So maybe collect rares. Sorry, collect fragments to build epics, and then fuse epics into Thor. But there's definitely going to be like some, it's not going to be like an easy fragment collector. It's going to be like build them up type fusion. Trying to do live arena, made it to bronze 2, but I keep having to fight 90 to 100 accounts, level 57. Why and how are they starting so low? Some people don't like a live arena, so then their accounts degrade down to the lower tiers. So that happens. It's unfortunate. But it's a problem that Plarium always had, like classic arenas. Can't really do anything about that. I would change Nut Blessing to Reaper. You're probably right. I don't really need, like in my normal team, I don't need Phantom Touch. And then changing it to Reaper might be better. Yeah, it's kind of something that like I neglected. Because like when my dungeon teams start working, like 95% optimized, like I kind of just like don't look at it anymore. And then I start like, the way I think about it is like, if my team is like 95% optimized, then I start looking if that champion can be used in other areas, and then I start reducing the effectiveness of that champion in that one dungeon to make him more effective in other areas. So for example, Newt, for example, right? Like if you have him with Phantom Touch, even though Fire Knight doesn't need Phantom Touch anymore, Phantom Touch is still pretty good for him in Hydra. So I was still using him in Hydra with Phantom Touch. when I was using Newt, and then I stopped using him in Hydra, and then I just didn't bother changing him to any other blessing. So it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like, I guess the better example is like when I have my clan boss team, right? My clan boss team is like, sorry, it's the Fushan Demitha team, and basically once I hit one key, I basically took the better gear off of them. I kept stripping gear off of them until like, okay, I can make one key, that's all I need. I kept stripping gear off of them and then using the better gear on other champions because I'm like, okay, I don't need to focus in this area anymore. And you know, in one key is no problem and all that stuff. So that's kind of like a better example of what I try to do just to conserve some of my better gear. Okay. Oh no, I'm in mode 4. Why don't you make live arena videos? Would you be interested to see strategy after all those mythics? Why don't you make live arena videos? Mainly because I don't play a lot of live arena anymore because I don't have time to. There's literally only one time slot where I can play live arena, unless I'm playing on my phone or something. And the only time slot I can play is 11 p.m. my time. And usually by that time, I'm winding down for sleep or I'm preparing for the next day. So like I could be making a video, like setting up a video for the next morning. So the only time I have to play live arena is if like next day is all prepped up, for example, or yeah, that's like it, and I have nothing else to do. Like I don't have hydra or anything to do. So like there's other competing priorities at that time, and usually at like 11 p.m. midnight, like I don't really feel like getting sweaty in live arena, making a video. Like I might play like off video just for like some stress free. Like I don't feel like doing commentary or anything. That's kind of like the long and short of it, right? I try my best. Like, I'm trying to do more live arena now because obviously I want to keep grinding the primal shards, but I haven't been grinding live arena much. It's mainly because of time zones, convenience. Is Freya worth 20 shard sacreds? Yeah, we talked about that. Yes, I think so. She's definitely above average, and if you compare her to other, you know, guarantees, she's good. You already have a block damage, ignore champ. Do you think Freya is worth skipping out for Thor? It's hard to say, right? We don't have the full Thor kit. We don't have the we don't have the full Thor kit. For Thor, I did see him having a passive. He had a passive with an image of three of him. Three of him. So it looks kind of like an evade, right? It looks like an evade or an illusion of him. Um, but that was his passive. So I was kind of interested in seeing his passive and what it actually did. Like it could be like it's kind of weird for Thor to have like an evade mechanic in his kit, but I saw in his passive there was an image of three of him. So it could be like I don't know what it could be, but you know maybe it's something cool, right? It's special. The thing with Freya is I think she has like she's more future proof than most generic nukers because of the way her shield works. The way her shield works and the way her passive is, you know how it is, right? When you have champions that can like revive or resurrect, like think about Godseeker and Yuri, right? Think about how useful Godseeker and Yuri is in like content. When you have passives that can revive champions, keep them alive, you know, you can always come up with some kind of cool comp, right? And I have no doubt that she is more future proof than just a generic damage dealing champion like Thor. If Thor was a generic damage dealing champion, we don't know, right? That's the thing. We don't know. But that's the long and short of it, right? That's me thinking like a little bit with a little bit ahead. How do you get so high in tag team and stuck in bronze 3? I mean, I'm playing for a long time, right? So I have optimized champions and optimize the gear. But when I was grinding up to gold 1, it's a freaking struggle, man. Like when I was in silver 4, I looked at some of my teams, and I was using like Ugo, I was using like Rector Draft, I was using like whatever, right, to try to make it to gold 1. Is hard, right? And then now I'm in gold 4, and it's just, it gets easier as you get higher because everyone's kind of like on the same page. But at the same time, like you're playing teams like this. Look at this guy's team. Look at Octavin's team, right? Like you're playing guys like this. Like 3 champions here can probably beat my whole team. Like I probably beat maybe the middle one. I don't even know. Maybe. I don't even want to try. I don't want to embarrass myself on the street. But yeah. All right, let's test that Fire Knight team again. Do I have decreased speed? I must. Must have decreased speed. Oh, actually not that much. Ruella. Kimmy, Mia. Yeah, actually not that much. I think Creodin works fine for now. It works fine for now, I think. Hey, hugs from Brazil. Thank you, man. Thank you for the hugs. What do you think about Yukaro? Should I use him for PvP or PvE? Yukaro's not bad, yeah. I think his kit's kind of weird because when you freeze enemies, right? They take less damage. So Yukaro gets more damage when you freeze enemies. So his kit is kind of weird. He's not the best damage dealer, but he does bring decreased speed, which is good against Fire Knight. He's a multi-hitter. Personally, I don't have Yukaro built or anything like that, but I do use him like Faction Wars just for some damage. Game takes too much time, so no one plays live arena. Yeah. Unfortunately, you need to grind primals, so. Hey, good Erden, what's up, man? Welcome. You're building Annabelle for Bomb 90. Yeah, those stats look pretty good. I think you need more speed. So you can bring a speed aura like Ursula or something. So Ursula brings, I think, 24% speed aura. Or you can bring a speed aura. I think you're looking for 250 speed because Bommel is 250 speed to start. So you want to be at least faster than Bommel. Hopefully Thor is good. Is he better than Rotos? Rotos is hard to beat. Are you getting 700 points from tag team? Gold 4 tag team gives you that much points. Have you done DT already? I can't manual mode in there. It starts on auto for 1 run. You might need to restart your game. Yeah, just restart your game. What's up, Urban? Roshgar and Grazur. Who should I 6-star first? Both are pretty good. Grazur is a better champion, but like I said, it depends on your roster and progress. Good morning. I don't believe in mythicals. They're just a figment of my imagination. You got Galus, Brony, and Apheus. Ugh. Yeah, 3 kind of like bottom tier ones. You can definitely find some use for them, but they're not what you're looking for. Cheers, man. Cheers. Good morning. What's up, Nathan? What's up? Mikage in Relentless? Yeah, she is in Relentless. We're good, man. We're good. Good morning. Oh, shit. Oh, no. It fell apart already. Okay. Might be able to recover. Need an ally attack here from Mikage. There we go. Got lucky here. See that cooldown reset? Look at this. 3 ally attacks in a row. 3 turns in a row from Mikage, 3 ally attacks in a row. So definitely got lucky here to recover. Might be able to end it here, I think. Yeah, we need decreased speed. Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. Creodin can't do it. Just inconsistent. His A1 is a little inconsistent. What's my ninja build looking like? I can show you my ninja. I don't really use him that much. See, like his build isn't even updated. Like I have him like this with 650 accuracy. But I was using him for Shogun before Shogun got nerfed. So Shogun was nerfed down to 400 accuracy required. So I was using him for Shogun when he needed more accuracy. So I haven't re-geared Ninja to do anything different. I just don't use him. Or if I use him, I still use him in this current build. Are you saving Loki for the event? I'm like, for example, I'm saving my Loki here for Champion Chase. It's kind of like the best use of him because there's no real reason to pull him. I don't need to pull him for CVC. I don't need the points. I can get points otherwise. Yeah. What am I at? Sorry. 38? Fucking man. Keys, take keys. Good, and doesn't have decreased speed. Yeah, I know. We did go over some of the decreased speed options. There wasn't that much, so yeah, I gotta figure that out. Just for a more consistent. Alright, so I play 2 accounts, right? So I'm trying to manage my second account here. Collect. Tag team, single faction. I need to make a team for this account too. You suggest to build him in Savage or Lethal or something? Depends on your account, man. I think for Ninja, the main thing is accuracy and then speed. If you can squeeze more stats into him, then obviously you focus more on crit rate and crit damage. But it really depends. I wouldn't worry too much about it. I think most people can't really build him out in like Savage or Lethal because they just use the gear for other nukers. But Ninja works fine without those damage stats. What's your thoughts on Odin, and will you be going for him? I mean, the only way I'm gonna get Odin is if, I don't know, everybody quits or something. Because he's gonna be the winner take all champion chase, so I'm never gonna win that. I mean, I could, like, I have I would. Oh, there's always a chance, but I'm probably not gonna go crazy for him. And obviously, it doesn't make sense for me to go for him like ever, because someone can easily beat me just with just out of nowhere. Lastly, I won't pull shards for him because he's not like I don't think he's like an insanely crazy champion. He's good, but he's not like insanely crazy. And he's gonna be in the pool. He's still gonna be in the pool. He's not like he's going anywhere. So you're gonna get a chance to pull him eventually in the future. How do you launch 2 games at once? Is it BlueStacks? No, it's player and play. So basically, you load up your first game, and then you do Control Alt Delete. In your task manager, you close your Plarium program, and then you reopen your Plarium program, and then you load up your second account, and then you can do this like infinitely for all your accounts, and it will always run on Player and Play, which is super smooth. Oops. Uh-oh. Going stuff. Oh no. Oh no, my secrets. No, just kidding. No secrets. Oh, live stream, everything fell apart. See here. Do you think there will ever be a 1+1 for Void Legos? Wow. Yes. Yeah, I think so. One day. One day they'll do it. What do you guys think? Do you guys think so? I think so. I think one day they'll do it. You can save for years free to play and get not even close to winning one of those champ chases. Yeah, it's true. Actually, I did win one champion chase before. I did win one champion chase in a for a champion, and it was for Torment. So I won the champion chase for Torment back in the day, maybe like a year ago or something. So I did win one. Kind of amazing. I think that one didn't cost me that much. It was like 25,000, but it was kind of sweaty though, because the guy did come after me in the last hour, and it kind of did cripple my account for a little bit. Nice thumbnail and desktop, yeah. What did you get for winning? Yeah, I got Torment. Is it okay if we get Loki today? How many points we get for CV? I think it's like 30,000 points. Definitely do it. Especially if you don't have access to easy points. What do you think is better for 6-star Mikage Blessing? Like for me, she's an easy polymorph. Yeah, for me, she's an easy polymorph. If you're using her for hydra, it's probably an easy cruelty, to be honest. Those are probably the only 2 blessings that make sense for her. You can win Odin with the same amount of voids as a void guarantee. It's worth it. 200 voids. Void guarantee is 100 something. I don't think you can win many brackets with 100 voids now. I don't think you can win many brackets. I mean, yeah, obviously if I can win Odin with 100 voids, like I'm good, man. I'll do it. I'll do it for sure. Do you think Freya is worth all the hype? We were just talking about Freya a little bit. I was just saying, like, definitely has like future, more future proof. She's more future proof. The only void Legos you have is Bisix and Bellinor. Do you think 2x voids is near? I haven't really thought about that. There's a rotation for those 2x events, so you can definitely figure it out. I forgot when was the last one. The last one was double chance. I forget. Was it double chance ancients? No, it wasn't, right? Best blessing for Doom Priest? Not too sure. Doom Priest. What do I have on my Doom Priest? Probably something to survive. Oh, I have the banner one. Yeah, it's not really one just that really help. maybe this one might be useful, Survival Instinct, because you give her turn meter. You give her turn meter so that she can come back and then cleanse it off. Survival Instinct, I think, is decent. The other ones are kind of... Probably not Iron Will, to be honest. You're probably going with Survival Instinct. This is the best skin. Fortunately, not gonna pay for that. $100K plus points. Yeah, this champion chase is, unless you have other reasons, right? Like, you know, trying to win the champion cannot be my sole reason for going all in on the champion chase. If I'm going all in on a champion chase, then there's other reasons why, like obviously the event's very good or whatever, right? But like I don't think I can win a champion chase. I mean, maybe I could. Like I got, 52 sacreds, I got 219 voids, 140 ancients. I could win some brackets probably. Sacreds aren't the best for chase value, but then I can pull one, two, only two legendaries here. I don't know. I think people are gonna go crazy for Odin, so I'm not even thinking about it at this point. I think Freya is better. Depends. Hard to say. I think Python's better. Um, I think Python is better for like newer players for sure. Because he's easier to gear. He brings healing, so that kind of like takes away pressure from like, having other champions to heal or having lifesteal or stuff like that. Um, the big problem with Freya is that she can't heal herself. She doesn't have built-in healing, so she requires a team that heals her. That's why she's not that good for early game players. When gearing for DPS, focus on attack or crit damage. So there's three different like HP, defense, attack. Each champion has different stats that scale up their damage. So make sure you guys, obviously if you guys are new, you guys have to make sure you guys know which one does what. So for example here, Rotos is A1 scales on attack and HP. So if you give him attack and HP, Rotos' damage will go up. If you give him defense, his attack will not go up. If you take Harima here, Harima is a defense-based damage dealer. Her damage scales up on defense. If you give Harima attack, she will not do any more damage. Make sure you guys do that properly. The other thing to consider is the crit damage versus the damage scaling stat. It's a balance, right? It's a balance unless you're doing something like max HP hit, for example, which scales off of crit damage more. But it honestly depends on the skill, right? So there are some nuances to like gearing. So for example, like Mute here does the enemy max HP hit. So if you give him all defense but no crit damage, this move's probably not going to do a lot of damage. So I would focus more on crit damage this spot or this move in particular. But because you're not focusing so much on defense, his other moves will do less damage. But crit damage is still good. But you need to balance both stats out. And I would recommend obviously using like a calculator from like whether it's like a stage tool from from Hella Hades' website or using his optimizer just to make things like life easier. You have a proper reasoning to why you're doing gearing in a certain way, right? But, yeah. 25 frags, waiting for portal, 10 fragments. If I can snipe to get Odin, I will, but always end up with a 200k group. Oh shit, man. Clerium knows, man. They know that if you're like, I don't know, they must know. They must know that if you're like in a, if you have like a high average in your pulls, they must put you in like other whale brackets, right? You must have those analytics. Also, for Odin, it's probably going to be 200 players, not 100. So you're probably going to be in deep with lots of competition. Is Arena the main use for Rotos? Yeah, it is the main use for him. He's good everywhere though. Um, yeah, he's good. He's just good in many places, but versus bosses, he's really good. And then versus Arena, he's very good. It wasn't the green one. You like the green skin better? I don't recall Torment Chase. I remember Titan event for Torment. I got him this way. It was Chase for his soul, maybe. No, it was Chase for sure. There was a Torment Chase long time ago. So maybe like 2 years ago. Um yeah, it must have been 2 years ago. But for sure it was Chase. And I remember I won that one. I think it was like I won with like 25, 26. Somewhere in the high 20s total points. Because I remember I pulled like 7 or 8 fragments and kind of nuked my account. But I really wanted Torment just for like an arena champion or whatever. It was end of 2022. Yeah. Thanks for confirming. Yeah, welcome everybody. Thank you guys for being here. So notice, yeah, there's a lot of people here. So yeah, welcome everybody. First time here. We usually do the CVC stream grinding. So I usually set up the stream maybe an hour or two after CVC starts, and then we just hang out and chill. Nothing too crazy here. Just gives me a chance to interact and hang out. Of course, we're grinding and stuff, but yeah. Hopefully you guys are having a good day and good CVC and all that stuff. Did I build Wukong for damage or support? I built him for damage. I tried him in tons of builds. I tried him in tons of different builds. But ultimately I went for full damage. Actually, that's not true. I built him with 300 accuracy. Not that hard. I'm using a accuracy banner, and that's about it. That's the only concession I made for accuracy. So here's my Wukong. So I do use an accuracy banner with attack on it. Like it's a pretty good banner for him. Speed and accuracy with a counterattack accessory. That's the only concession, right? Otherwise, I would just go for full attack. But I do use him in Hydra as my block debuff champion. Oh, sorry, block buff champion. But yeah, that's my Wukong. He does pretty good damage. What's up, Deadpool? First time here. Welcome. You're waiting for a 4-star soul for Taras for 1 month. Do you think Plarium should have more slots? So many champs added every month. I mean, definitely yes. Like it doesn't really hurt them to allow us to progress. I think in the Soulstone category, it's generally it takes. I think the math is every 100 days you're gonna see the soul for that champion. So I think that's the. I think 1 month is not unreasonable, basically. Basically, 1 month is not that unreasonable, considering I think the math is 100 days. I've been waiting for any recommendations for 2-star blessing for Eostrade for Hydra. Hydra Eostrade would be Cruelty. Cruelty is good. How should early game Loki be built? Just fast with accuracy. I do have a I do have a Loki video for a brand new player. I used Loki in very mediocre gear, like early game gear, you can definitely check it out. But I just built him in like just made him fast with proper accuracy. That's all he really needs. He doesn't need damage or anything. He doesn't need any sets. Yeah. Try that team again. All right, so decrease speed, right? I think the only one that stood out was maybe I could use the Ostrid for decreased speed. It does bring the I think the Ostrid might be the best actually. Okay, I the Ostrid might be the let's try the Ostrid again for the decreased speed. I guess if she fails to land it, probably fail, but I hope not. Ally attack. Ally attack. Then this one will open. Just for the turn boost. Then A1. Is Sir Nicholas worth the build out? You have Hellcat and Dimitha. Sir Nick deals some damage, so you can use him for like faction wars or something. But yeah, I think his block, his unkillable stuff is a little bit outdated now. I lost with her, but I lost because I didn't have the presets with Newt properly set. You don't have Neldor? I don't. Either I don't or I fed him a long time ago and I never got another one. I can't use Kymar because we're doing the faction specific Fire Knight. Not enough hit to take down a Shield Eostrid. But then you open with the A1 on Newt. And then the second Newt will come in with the A1 again. And then decrease speed and then A1 again. Yeah, maybe it's not enough. Fudge. Whatchamacalls. I guess it's Ruella then, right? Three times. Then I guess it's Ruella. I don't have another champion that. You ready to play? She is kind of ready to play. We can test her out, sure. Actually, let's test out the Ostrid team first. Let's test this out first. What's up, Joms? I probably pulled Neldor somewhere along the line, somewhere along the way, but I probably fed him. That was probably before I got my inexperience. I probably fed him because I need champions for test server because the test server account is basically just a mirror of your own account. So if I don't have a champion, it's not on the test server, so I can't test them. And if I don't have gear, so if I get rid of all my like my shitty gear sets, for example, like I can never test that gear set on the test server. So I need to yeah, so I need to make sure I keep copies of random shit. Like I was looking for the Ogren, I was looking for the rare Ogren Jailer, just because I wanted to test him in the Odin dungeon, and I didn't have him. I didn't have the Ogren Jailer, and I was like, "Fuck, let me test this guy." And then for the Shayak fusion, I didn't have any of the dogs, so I wanted to test like Fellhound and stuff, and I didn't have any of the dogs. Fuck. So I had to like request Plarium, hey, I need this stupid rare. Can you put it into my account? And then, you know, there's some lag time there and stuff, right? So a little bit inconvenient. So I need to start like saving some of this stuff. Let's see. Let's see if this works. Ah, fuck. That's bad. Turn me a boost, turn me a boost. Fuck. Nope. Yeah, I'm gonna try Ruella. Oh, we might actually, maybe it's good. Maybe we can get through. Manny Pacquiao raid. It's not the first time somebody called me Manny Pacquiao. You have Ruella team 230? Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. 230 sounds fine. I'll try Ruella now. Just have to make sure the presets are good, yeah. Okay, so Bella. So it's gonna go ally attack, and then it's her turn. What should I open with? Should I open with the Terminator boost? I should probably open with the A1 so it breaks the shield. So then the two newts would decrease Terminator. And then priority this. We would use this on our next turn, right? A3, A2. Open with the A2. Triple hit. Nut, Podrick, Nut, Illustrid. Lady Kimmy. Let me try. I'm gonna try the A1 first and then have this priority. Because if I do this, it'll go nut nut. Maybe this is better. This nut nut and then this. And then nut would do the A3s. Maybe this is better. Just to break down the shield, and then the nuts A1 would turn do the turn meter down. Here, okay, I'm gonna open I'm gonna open here and then first choice. You'll use this right after. All right, let's try again. You're saving stuff for Thor and Freya. That did not happen. Rogar is good. Yes, we just can't use we have to use certain factions for the Fire Knight tournament. So we have to use Dwarf, Sylvan Watcher, or um Shadowkin. So only 3 factions. Can't use Rogard. Yeah, and we can't use Neldor too, actually, now that I think about it. Neldor is the wrong faction. Hey Dalrin, what's up, man? The default raid music doesn't drive you mad? No. No. Actually, I enjoyed the default raid music when I first played this game. It doesn't bother me, it's just like background noise. Oh, what the heck, man? Alright, come on. So slow, this stupid wave. Minute 30 through the wave, so 30 seconds behind. Let's see this team. Ally attack, everybody goes in. Okay, you're right. Rua open with the A2. Right. Yeah, Ruella open with the A2. Okay. At least now we know. Okay, now we know. Ruella open with the A2. Sorry, I'm just manualing so I don't lose the 20 energy again. I do have Xena gear. She's not booked out. She's not built. So I'm not going to bother doing that. Salty about yesterday, 160 sacrants, then bought another 80 and no Indalia. Yeah, I mean... yeah, I definitely... You know, the yesterday event to pull stuff for Makage stuff, I definitely don't think that was a good call. Just because it's not a guarantee, right, guys? Like, not a guarantee. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Super chill. Chill stream. Yeah, it's just, yeah, you're spending shards. Like, okay, guys, like, you're spending shards on epic pieces or whatever that is not a guarantee, but you could save those shards for literally a guarantee. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Freya guarantee, or Thor fusion, which is, you know, a guarantee because we know exactly what we're gonna get at the end of it, and and it's guaranteed that there will be shard events. So it's like you could save the shards for these guaranteed champions or guaranteed outcomes. Instead, you're spending shards to get a chance at epics. And if you guys will recall, when Mikage was first announced, there were epic events to get their epics as a guarantee. Because I remember going for them myself, and people, you know, didn't thought they were expensive or whatever, right? But then we see people like, you know, I heard like Airbad pulled 30 sacreds to get a Mikage epic, and I was like, why? Why would you do that now? Like, it doesn't make sense, right? Because like, you could have gotten the epic for like eight sacred shards worth, you know, a year and a half ago, but instead you're going to spend 30 epics on a non-guarantee chance. I don't know. It is what it is, right? It's just, yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully people that went for it got it, and then all of everything I'm saying, it just doesn't matter. But yeah, I just thought it was kind of not the best investment because we know what's going to come, right? Yeah, sorry, not all the epics were guaranteed, but there were certain epics that were guaranteed as part of a hero path, I believe. And I believe the relative cost was about 8 sacreds each. Because there was also like the Kira legendary that was up for grabs too. So It was balls deep. Yeah, it's, you know, I'm just saying, right? Like, it just really feels bad when you have to like overpay for a chance at an epic now when you could have had the chance at some of the epics earlier. Um, but anyways, great team. Ruello works fine. 2 minutes and 30 seconds here. Thanks, guys, for helping me work through that. People like to gamble. It's true. It's true. Yeah, people like to gamble. I like to gamble too. I like to gamble too. Don't get me wrong, guys. Don't get me wrong. I like to gamble too. Oh wow, there's a void shard here. Okay, okay. This event is pretty juicy. Okay, this event is real juicy. This event's real juicy. Too bad the winning prizes are not great, but you got a void shard here. 2750. Not turn attack, so it's just a regular one. So it's gonna cost like 3,000-ish energy. Guess that's fine. Fire Knight's on. Dungeon Diver tomorrow. So I'll invest energy tomorrow for when the Dungeon Diver drops. Should I equip Loki with attack gear? He needs accuracy and speed. He doesn't deal significant damage, so don't bother giving him too much attack stats. Pulled 30 ancient shards for Enda and got the other two epics. Crimson Helm after more than 3 years. You know, I was desperate for Crimson Helm back in the day because I couldn't pass Bommel. I couldn't pass Bommel hard 90 for 3 rotations, so I literally could not farm Dark Fae for like 9 months. It was a really, like, I just didn't have anything. I didn't have Vogoth, so I couldn't make a proper heal team. I didn't have I didn't have Crimson Helm. I forgot what other epic was useful that I didn't have. Basically, I just couldn't pass it. I did everything I could to try to pass Bommel 90. I couldn't. And one day, Cold Brew saved me. He published a he uploaded a video with Templar, and it's the first time having Templar work on hard 90, and it worked. You know, it was a pain in the ass to do because there's like, you know, things that can make it fail, but Templar is a farmable champion, and that was the way I got through hard 90 Bommel. You know, 20-minute solo fight, probably like 4 or 5 tries doing it. Super frustrating, but I got through it. You know, so huge shout out to Cold Brew for that video, right? I don't know if he figured it out himself or what, but he was the only person I saw that had the video with Templar. So, and that really really helped me out. Ended a 9-month struggle, you know. Go do some Curse City here. I don't even care what events or tournaments show up. I'm farming this event dungeon for the entire time. First time catching stream. Welcome. Welcome, Kelly. Wukong Beer and Gear. Yeah, it's a lot easier now, right? Like before we didn't have Nishak or anything. Holy shit, I lost. Yeah, we didn't have Nishak or anything. Like we just didn't have options. What did I lose with this team? Guess I'm taking too much damage. Try this. Templar was the solo champion that got through Bommel hard 90 for me. That's why it was so useful. Cold Brew our savior, yeah. Yeah, he really helped me. Like Bommel was really hard. And I had no way to do it. I had no way to do it. Like I said, I was stuck on Bommel for 3 rotations for 9 months. I couldn't farm Dark Fae 120 for 9 months. I couldn't farm Dark Fae. I couldn't get past Bomb 90. Like I made all sorts of teams, Godseeker teams, healing teams. Like I made like 3 Vrass. I had no Volgoth too, so either I pull Volgoth, which probably would have let me beat him, or I pull Crimson Helm, which would have let me beat him. And there's like some other like solo legendaries or whatever. In the end, Templar got me through. You're stuck on 90 normal. Yeah, I mean that's probably a gear issue, right? Good morning. Good morning. 3 years for Vogoth? Yeah. I mean, I recently pulled Geomancer. It took me 3.5. I've been playing the game for almost 4 years, and I just recently pulled Geomancer. Vogoth was also one of the epics that I didn't pull until very late. What made him so special that he was able to beat Bommel? Yes, it was speed tuned. He had to be speed tuned for his block damage to block the bombs exploding. Templar also places decreased speed on his A1, so you have to kind of dodge his decreased speed at the wrong time. So it was very difficult, and it was a 20-minute solo manual fight. You can't put it up full auto. That's the thing. So it was very difficult, but Templar was the only way I could do it. Yeah, we didn't have Annabelle back then. Like before, there was no options. There was like no options. It was Crimson Helm. It was Crimson Helm or Samar Gem Curse. There was no options against Bommel. Now we have Wukong, Birengiri. You have Annabelle, which makes it super easy. Annabelle's so easy. Like with Wukong, Annabelle is so easy. And now we have Nishak. Nishak is incredibly easy. But yeah, before we had no options, so it was way more difficult. Vogoth, Pytheon, Mithrala. Yeah, Pytheon didn't exist. Mithrala didn't exist. There's nothing, guys. There's nothing. Bommel was like the unbreakable wall for many people. Like, like he was nerfed, right? Like when they released him, he was unbreakable. Like even on hard 10, he was unbeatable. Like only like the craziest accounts could beat him on hard 10. So they had to nerf him. I don't know if he got nerfed twice, but he might have been nerfed twice. But he was like nerfed initially right away, and then I think they nerfed him again. Like they reduced his resistance check or something. I don't know, or reduced his accuracy or something. But he was just too insane, like overtuned. Yeah, I used the dwarf too, man. Like I used like the Master Butcher. I used Master Butcher. But those heal teams don't work without Vogoth, because Vogoth heals your team when those bombs explode. The only other way you could do it is with like Revive on Death or like a block damage team. I tried those too. They just didn't work. Like it kind of worked, but didn't fully get there. You know what I mean? Having Vogoth definitely would be helpful. Let's see what kind of crap we're gonna get for here. All right. Yeah, Godseeker Ninja, yeah. Crimson solo was my way. Yeah, I didn't have Crimson Helm. I didn't have her, so it was tough. It was tough. He was one of the biggest challenges in this game at that time. At the time when Bommel came out, for me personally, he was one of the biggest challenges. The other biggest challenge I had was Spider 19. Spider 19 was one of the biggest challenges I had in this game because I just didn't have anything to deal with it. The force affinity was really bad. Yeah, I couldn't deal with it for I don't know 2 or 3 months. The other craziest thing in this game for me difficulty wise was Night Revenant. Night Revenant stage 21. That was the hardest, by far the hardest for me. I had nothing. I didn't have Senacia. I didn't have Skull Crown. Like I had nothing, guys, in that faction. I had nothing. It was so bad, and you know, that fight, that one stage took me 90 minutes. 90 minutes. And I'm not like, you know, I'm not like stopping the game and going grab a sandwich and coming back or letting the game run. I'm playing for 90 minutes, like full manual. And that was, you know, for sure one of the hardest things I've done in this game. And the only way I beat Night Revenant stage 21 was with a destroy set. A destroy set, guys. So destroy set destroys max HP, right? When you deal damage. So here it is. Destroy enemy max HP by 40% of damage dealt. I didn't have a damage dealer. The only damage dealer I had was Versolve. And Versolve freaking sucks for stage 21. I'm gonna say that right now. Versolve was a fusion, right? And where is he? Fusion. And he sucks on stage 21. You know why? Because his A1 places a shield. So every time he A1s, the Valkyries gain turn meter. Every time he A1s, the Valkyries gain turn meter. And then he has increased defense, ally protection, which also gives them turn meter. And this move doesn't deal any damage if it's only a single move, right? So he has to wait for his A2. But his A1s boost the turn meter of the Valkyries. A3 boosts the turn meter of the Valkyries. And then the boss steals your buffs. So if you increase defense, ally protection, the boss will steal it. And then you're kind of screwed. So the only way I beat the boss was with Versolve, A1ing and A2ing, and then using War Master to decrease the max HP of the boss with the destroy set enough so that I could kill him with the rest of my champions. So I couldn't kill him from full HP. So I had to kill him, I think, 4 times so that his max HP dropped like 30%. And then I finally was able to kill him. But like I said, it took like 90 minutes. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in this game. Just because I had no damage dealer. Literally nothing. I mean, we can go over it. I didn't have like none of these champions. I had Versolve. I didn't have Sinacia. I didn't have Doom Priest. I didn't have Miscreated Monster. I didn't even have a freaking Faceless. I didn't have Faceless. Didn't have Skull Crown. Didn't have Whisper. I had to use this guy, Burgolf. So you guys don't even know what this guy does. Burgolf has a super shitty provoke. Is a 30% chance, books up to 50% chance on a 4-turn cooldown to provoke. It's freaking awful. I use this guy to control the Valkyries. Yeah, that's it. I didn't have anybody. I had to use Sepulchre Sentinel, and she sucks too. In Faction Wars, increased defense, block debuffs versus Valkyries. So I had to use their A1. But yeah, you know, like, I know the free-to-play struggle, right? Like, the struggle, you have no champions, you just gotta make the best of what you got. Okay. Do some forging, I guess. What build are you running for Mikage? I recently got her. I'm using a Stone Skin. I use her in 4-piece Stone Skin plus Relentless. I'll show you guys my Mikage. I like the build. I think it's versatile. It's good for Arena. It's good for Hydra as well. So I use her in Hydra with Arima. Some extra damage. Yeah, Rector and Tomb Lord. I think I had Rector. And Rector was obviously one of the biggest, reasons I could do that stage too. Rector was huge. What do you think to start a new free-to-play series? I would never, to be honest. I explained in another video that I would never probably start a free-to-play account because the main reason is that, the main reason why I wouldn't start another account is because it takes away time from my main account, and I can't really like not spend time on my account. Like for example, like a spender, right? A spender doesn't need to commit time to their account. They can take a vacation for 2 weeks, come back, spend money, and then make up for the progress. But if I took 2 weeks off, or I cut my playtime in half, then I have to make that up, right? I can't make up that time lost. So if I make a brand new account, it's taking away time from my main account and my second account, right? Like, so if I start a brand new account, like a free to play account, for a free to play series or whatever, that account will probably just be, you know, on autopilot. You know what I mean? And then it's not going to be like a true reflection of how I would play a brand new account because I can't fully commit to it. That's the thing. It would just be like half-assing it. And also I have, I have a test server account, so that's, my third account. If I spend time on the test server, like testing builds, testing champions and stuff, I'm taking away time from my other accounts, right? So I only have so much time, and I can't really, commit anymore to, especially to like a free-to-play account, which I likely won't care about, like a brand new one. Like I just won't care about it. I'll be like, okay, yeah, whatever. I'm pretty stacked on my gear, in terms of like my storage, so sorry about that, don't mind me. This stuff is all sold, unless it's a 5-star, a 5-star legendary, sorry, 6-star legendary. Then I'll take an extra look. Scarab King? Yeah, Scarab King was a hard one too. So good job. Hey John, what's up, man? That's good, man. We're just chilling, doing our CVC stuff, chilling with the viewers. You have a second free-to-play account with the HH challenge. It's hard to manage 2 free-to-play accounts. Yeah, exactly. It's hard, right? Like I said, like I'm managing 2 accounts right now. They're endgame accounts, so I don't really need to, they're like full auto and all that stuff. They don't require too much maintenance. But a new account needs a lot of maintenance, right? Like you need to farm gear, change up builds often, for example. Oh, sorry, Mikage. Yeah, so this is Mikage build. She's in Relentless plus Stone Skin. Do you use Mikage in Arena at all? Specialized for hydra? Yeah, I do use her in Arena. She's actually one of my most picked champions. I use her if I see a lockout, mainly. Also, if I see like less polymorph, then I use her for sure. I like this build on her. Yeah, 340 speed, 500 accuracy. It's more than enough for like Arena. Stone Skin's good. One piece Stone Skin with Relentless. Sometimes Relentless is it just wins you the game because her skills are so strong, right? Like her, for example, if you Relentless her A1, it's a double sleep. Like it's a double sleep if you Relentless her A1, and of course if you like can go strip into stun, it's pretty much GG a lot of times. So Relentless I think works pretty well for her, but not everyone can get fast Relentless gear with accuracy. Like I got triple speed here, triple speed, no accuracy unfortunately. Triple speed with accuracy, Stone Skin, triple speed with glove. His chest is pretty good. Double speed, accuracy, accuracy, speed, speed on speed, double accuracy. I mean, gear is years of playing the game, right? So hey Inferno, what's up, man? We don't know anything about the deck of fate. We just assume it's going to be pulling shards because usually they give out champions through shard pulling. The most recent comparable is probably Fatalis. Fatalis was a deck of fate. He came from shards and champion training. So we could assume Freya is shards plus something else, maybe champ training. But don't expect it to come cheap. I'm going to say don't expect it to come cheap. Minimum 20 sacreds worth. Yeah, I think SS is like initially I built Mikage like full speed, so I had her like 400 speed. I had her like 400 speed, like 400 accuracy. But 400 speed in Live Arena Go 4 is pretty much nothing. It's not enough. It's not enough. So I decided to not go for full speed, um, and then use Stone Skin because Stone Skin lets her survive, right? Lets her survive one turn. Because I was getting outsped a lot. So you know, but yeah, Stone Skin is good. If you're not super fast, Stone Skin helps. Do artifact sets require accuracy? No, they don't. They don't. They don't need accuracy to land toxic. Protection is great for Mikage. Yeah, for Arena, she's great with protection. I do have a 9-piece protection for Mikage when I use her for Hydra as well. Um, so yeah, I do swap the gear out here and there. What can I do better to get more gear if everything keeps rolling bad stats? I mean, we all have that same issue, right? We all roll bad stats here and there. It's just most of your gear will come from the forge, especially early game. So you need this perception set. Shit, I'm maxed out here. Yeah, most of your good gear will come from in the beginning will come from the faction wars. So for example, like perception set, um, lethal set is the best. Doom tower set. Yeah. So you're gonna farm, gear from Doom Tower. You're gonna farm gear from Faction Wars, and then you're gonna farm gear from dungeons. You're never gonna stop farming gear in dungeons. Um, and even if you think you have enough, you don't. Right? People farm hundreds, probably millions of energy. I'd say in their lifetime, right? Millions of energy farming dungeons for gear over the years. If you think farming 10,000 energy into like one event is a lot, it's not. Like on average, people probably get one piece out of 10,000 energy for like late game accounts. Right? Not even like super 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 end game. Like I'm talking like late game accounts. In the beginning, you definitely once you hit a good level where you can farm 6-star gear, stage 20, you probably need to start investing good amount of energy into farming gear. I know it's hard. There's a lot of things to do. You need to be kind of focused. Focus your energy on certain things. Like, for example, like this dungeon event. You can kind of see how I feel about this dungeon event, right? I haven't done anything on this dungeon event, mainly because it's a 9-week event, and I'm spending my energy doing other events. And I'm willing to bet that they'll have specific boosted events for this dungeon. And when those boosted events come, I'm just gonna camp there you know, I'm just gonna camp there like all in, right? You know what I mean? Like right now, like I have no like I'm just working on the other events, picking up resources, just taking it easy, right? Like I haven't really spent gems or anything on anything. Just been saving up my stuff, and then but when they have a boosted event, you bet I'm gonna be in this farming pinpoint gear. Pinpoint's really good. But yeah, you just kind of have to be like focused on what your account wants to do. Let's check this Luella team again. Be shocked if it's under 25 sacreds. Yeah. Alatreon, yeah. I got Alatreon too. It was such a grind. And I remember the deck of fate for that Monster Hunter event was like really bad. Like I really got like surprised by that deck of fate. I don't remember exactly what happened, but like I have it on video. of how that deck of fate really messed me up. Like for that for that Monster Hunter event, and then they had the 5-star Zinnegear soul wrapped up in all that. And you must do the deck of fate to get the pieces for the Zinnegear soul for the Titan event. It was just a big mess. It was really bad. Like either I didn't plan it properly or Plarium like just had too many tricks or like new tricks that really caught me off guard. And luckily I got everything, but it definitely was not going according to plan for sure. Stage 20 the earliest I should farm a gear dungeon. I can barely beat 13. Yeah, so if you can barely beat 13, like you're not going to go around and spend 10,000 energy doing stage 13, right? So, you know, they'll progress, but use, you know, moderate amounts of energy, because you're most likely going to get like 5-star gear from those dungeons. If you had resources for one, who would you go for? Thor or Freya? I mean, Thor's going to be, you know, a week and a half away. Freya might come before Thor. I'm thinking Freya comes next week. I think Freya will come either this weekend or early next week. I don't know. We have to see what Thor's kit looks like. But personally, if he just ends up being like a generic damage dealer, then Freya will be better. But we don't know what Thor's kit is. Nobody knows. We're only guessing. Come on, get there. Okay, good. Okay, I think we're okay. I think this works good enough. Shouldn't be too shaky. Yeah, Freya is obtainable through it. They wrote it down in the news, which is actually interesting because usually Plarium doesn't, you know, notify us of that kind of stuff, but they did. That's good. Would you recommend to get the void from the Fire Knight tournament? Yes. Yeah. I always, if there's a void in an event, I go for it. It's voids are just they they occur basically the same amount as a sacred shard. Like they just don't occur very often. So if I see a void shard, if I see a primal shard, I'm going for it. Like, you know, it's just they give you the best champions, right? It is what it is. Just like the scarcity. Like for me, like I can't buy the shards, right? I have to go get them. And if I don't get them from events, like what am I waiting for? Yeah. So for you, it might be different, right? Like for you, like you might have limited resources. You might want to spend them somewhere else. Yeah. For me, I'm taking that chance for a better legend, a better champion. Freya is another version of Goffred. I mean, Freya's better, right? Her passive's not as good. Like you're comparing the passive versus passive. Goffred's passive is better, I think. Actually, no, his passive is better, but Freya's kit is better than Godfred's overall kit. Even though Godfred's kit is actually pretty good, but Freya brings cleanse. She brings the big shield. Godfred brings. Oh my god, Ruella died. Oh my god. Okay, so I need to rebuild my Ruella. Fuck, she died. That means this run's gonna blow it. Yeah, she gets to end turn. Okay, the problem is it's not her. It's how the you know, it's how the it's how her passive protects your champion that makes it not as strong. Is because it only keeps your champion at 1 HP, but it doesn't stop it from dying. That's the thing, right? So there's actually obviously like less block buff situations. So for an enemy to apply block buff on you, it actually doesn't happen that often. And there's not that many block revive champions, like for example, like Lydia, for example. But there's many instances where there are multi-hit champions, and that can just cut through her passive. So her passive won't protect you um, from multi-hit, any multi-hit. So even ally attack, right? So I'm just saying, like, it's easier to make her passive much worse. Yeah, this run's dead. I need to fix Ruella. Anyways, I'm probably just rushing it, not thinking hard enough about the team. I'll make it nice. Tag team versus high. Yeah, multi-hitting skills just will bypass her. So it's like to bypass like Goffred's passive, like the block damage, or to bypass someone that brings revive on death or unkillable. It's a lot harder, right, than her passive. So her passive is not as OP as it seems. It's disaster of a team, yeah. I failed more than I succeeded, but I'm kind of rushing it a little bit. I usually take a little bit more time. Would you please recommend if you don't have Podrick? Um, you're probably gonna be running like a slower ally, a slower team, to be honest. There's some good options here, like Creodin, for example. I'm doing Fire Knight 10. You don't need to do Fire Knight 10, right? You can dial it down to like Fire Knight 6 or something. If you don't have like 2 newts, for example, definitely gonna be doing maybe lower. But if you're doing like 1 newt, you probably need double ally attack. Break down the shield on Fire Knight 10. But yeah, you don't have to do Fire Knight 10. You can do like a lower level. Rotos can bypass, yeah. Use Jensen instead of Ruella, more damage. Yeah, I think decreased speed is a little bit more important. What did you farm to get your silver count? It's just years of grinding. That's it. Years of grinding. I don't farm spider. I know a lot of people farm spider for silver, but I don't. Like, I just farm it whenever it's the best use of energy. You know what I mean? I don't farm it more than the other dungeons in particular. To manage the silver, I just, I don't waste my energy, I guess. I don't let my energy recap. I don't let my energy cap, so I use it every day. I know some people, obviously keeping an eye on your energy cap is not that easy. It requires active play. And some people prefer to have thousands of energy, like for fusion, for example, right? Because it's just easier for them, and that makes sense. That's reasonable. But keep in mind that you're losing 480 energy a day. So instead of me losing 480 energy a day, I spend it. That 480 energy could be like, 200, 300, 400,000 silver. Maybe. I don't remember the exact count. But yeah, it's a lot of silver that you accumulate over time. That's kind of why. That's the only explanation. Like, I don't have a secret sauce for getting silver, right? It's just time. It's just time. Where are we at here? And I'm freaking slow as hell. Like gaining points for CVC. Like freaking look at these guys, man. Like, I'm freaking slow as hell. Oh, actually, I'm not dead last. Usually I'm dead last, but keeping up here. Keeping up here a little bit. How many resources you need to accumulate for Thor's fusion? I mean, you probably need to assume that you have to do at least one of the summon events, and you never know. Plarium could throw a trick in there. They could throw a trick in there because they know it's Thor and it's part of this event. So usually, if it's a special fusion, part of an event, usually they throw some kind of trick in there because people are more invested, right? They're like, oh, this is part of the event. It's an event specific Fusion. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they threw like 3 summon events in Thor. Like something tricky and nasty. Something nasty. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Best way to hoard silver is to stop upgrading pieces outside of events. Yeah, that's a good call. I don't upgrade pieces outside of events, usually. Like 95% of the time. Even though I have so much silver, I usually save it for, you know, artifact enhancement events. So like you can see this one just ended, this artifact enhancement event. And it's like not pertaining to anything. And I still use it. Like I use it to upgrade stuff. It's not like I just sit on my silver. All my gear is like 12 or 16 or, you know, like all my gear is like 12 or 16. It's not like I have unroll gear. You know what I mean? Yeah, and if it's like a new piece, then it's probably very recent. For example, these are recent pieces from the Dragon tournament. But most of my gear is 12 or 16. I don't keep unroll gear. Sometimes I struggle to have gear to roll up. So it's not like I don't do anything with my silver. Like there's 12, 16. One brand new glove, probably one from somewhere. Brand new boot, yeah. 6-star speed boot. Junk. Yeah, there's some info on Thor. There's some info on Thor, but we don't know for sure. So we know he's a damage dealer. We know he has some debuffs in his kit. I was talking about how his passive could be interesting because his passive shows like 3 copies of himself, like 3 like mirror copies of himself. So it could be like some kind of evade mechanic, but it doesn't make sense for his kit. But it could be something that keeps him alive, right? Which could be pretty cool. But we don't know. We're just guessing. You get 30 energy an hour. You get 1 energy every 3 minutes. So you get 20 energy an hour, 20 energy an hour, 24 hours. That's 480 energy an hour. What's your average CVC points? My clan is minimum 400k. I do between 400 and 500k CVC points. Thor's gonna be Trunda 2.0. Nah, I don't think so. Trunda's our minimum's 500k. Oh my god, JD told me it's 400k. No, I know. I'm gonna do 500k. Just okay. Let's try that. I need to be able to. Oh, this counterattack could be too low HP. She's dying to that stupid Riho. Attack. Could cut the accuracy. Oh, be careful with this. I'm sure they know. I'm sure they know how much everyone does. All their point totals in clan. Obviously, you can't sneak a fast one by Erden here. Base is 500, but we accept 400. Yeah, we need the 2 mil bank. I'm hoping it doesn't come to that one day. I'll be like, oh my god, they're calling for 2 mil. 2 mil would be tough. The most I did was like 1.6 mil. I did 1.6 mil once, and I did 1 mil once. So that's the only 2 times I went over 1 mil. 2 mil would be something else. I mean, it's doable, but I would prefer not to. just for like conservation efforts, but obviously I would do whatever I'm asked of. Best Arman's blessing is gonna be polymorph. 400k for content creators? Fuck. 30k gem is 2 mils. I know, right? But like 30k gems take me forever to stack up. And to use it all in 2 days, it'd be painful for sure. But yeah, anyways, like I said, I would manage. Like I think I have like 500 epic books. I would just nuke the epic books. That's 500k right there. Yeah, it's doable. Or it would just be, you know, hey, I'm on vacation, so just remove me from the clan. Be like, sorry, just remove me from the clan. Oh, 4.8 and a loss? Oh my god, dude. Ah. Yeah, I'm gonna say that right now. The 1.6 and the one that I did, both losses. Both losses, by the way. So yeah, you know, I know your pain on a much smaller scale. Yeah, much smaller scale loss. Okay, this looks like it's going good. If Ruel didn't die, then it would have been fine. So yeah, I'll save the energy spend for tomorrow because of the dungeon divers tomorrow. So today I'm just gonna use like free energy and stuff, but for tomorrow, I'll spend more energy for the dungeon diver event. For the Fire Knight stuff. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today, guys. Gotta get ready for work. So I do appreciate you guys all being here. If you guys are first time here, make sure you guys drop on by next time. We always do streams at the start of CVC and all of that stuff. Just kind of keep it a regular thing. Yeah, if you guys like the channel, like the content, you know, liking and dropping a subscribe would be helpful. But if not, all good, no worries. See you again next time. Yeah, best of luck on your CVC, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you all participating and all that stuff. It's awesome. Great stuff. And yeah, if you guys want to connect with me, make sure you guys check out my Discord. We do monthly giveaways. I do have a takeover thing going on there, but I'm really behind on that takeover stuff. I'm trying to do 1 takeover a month. The last 2 months I've been doing like 2 a month, but I try to guarantee 1 a month, but it's a lot. It's no guarantee that you guys will have your accounts, you know, reviewed or taken over or whatever. But I try my best. But there's gonna be giveaways there, monthly giveaways. So make sure you guys drop them by, and of course that's gonna be the easiest way to reach me and all that stuff. All right, thank you guys, appreciate it. Have a great day. Have a great CVC, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.